Now, whenever I make a video, whenever I engage in any form of self-expression, like this, any form of creation, any action, I always ask myself, what's the intention? What is the purpose? Because, not to make it about me, so I'll say you. You reach a point on your spiritual journey where you can no longer fool yourself. You can no longer base action on any preconceived notions, on any pretensions. You can't assume the illusion of private interpretations of what God is and what the universe is. And so you may ask, why are you making this? To which I respond, in order to keep this body, to keep life on going within this physical body, there has to be some form of activity. And I can't be lazy. I've discovered this. There has to be some form of action. And what's the intention? Well, again, you reach a certain point on your spiritual journey where you let go of trying to control the process. You let go of forcibly controlling outcomes. You don't act with the intention of certain results. You're detached from the results. There's no expectations. And so although there's action, there's also liberation. There's liberation in the action. You find peace in the activity itself. It's not something that you have to seek because it's something that you already are. It's something that you be eternally. Whatever you're doing, wherever you may be. And therefore, there's absolute ease and calmness in every circumstance. In relation to last video, nothing can shake you up, can lower your vibration, your frequency. And so again, you may ask, what's your intent? Well, I've made it abundantly clear on here. It's not about money. This is in the channel description. It's in numerous videos. I promise never to monetize this channel. And why so? Well, it's not that I'm against material wealth or money. That's great. But I just want to maintain the integrity and authenticity of this channel so that people who watch it and listen to this can see its sincerity. Know that it comes from a heartfelt place. And this is very obvious to anybody who's been following this channel for a while. It goes without being said. However, it's often good to have reminders. Now, with all that out of the way, I want to say what this video is really about. Why? What's the intent? Well, there's a verse that found me today. I won't say I found the verse. It showed up in awareness, and I'm ever thankful for this. The whole book of Proverbs in the Bible is basically about interacting with the world. When you're at a certain, you could say, spiritual level, not that one level is better than another, or higher or lower, or superior. We don't want to think in terms of duality, in terms of me being better than somebody, because really the truth is unity. And when we understand this truth, this fundamental truth, that every mind, there's no separation, there's ultimate unity, then naturally there is also humility. We maintain a certain stability and sense of impartiality and neutrality. There's naturally tranquility. And so this verse, Proverbs 4:23, biblically says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring forth, flow the issues of life. Other translations say, guard your heart. And you might think, wow, seems very defensive. Why would I want to defend myself, to guard my heart? Well, this is just being honest. A lot of people may judge you based on the contents of your heart. And I just mentioned neutrality and impartiality. But many don't have and operate from that state. So, truthfully, many will judge you based on the contents of your heart, because that sets the intent of every action, of every thought that you have, of everything that you do. And therefore, we want to be in alignment with our heart. We want it to be open, because when it's open, you stop looking at the physical all the time. You see the spiritual. And you may say, well, that's Jane Doe and that's Carl. But you don't see their person, because when you see in terms of the spiritual, again, you're naturally neutral. There's that natural discernment from your natural state that you were born with, enlightenment. You see with the third eye all of reality as an expression of the one, the divine light, from which everything is arisen. And therefore, you're not swayed by your emotion. And again, you don't have expectations that things turn out in a certain way, and you simply accept and trust the process. Whatever happens, happens. It's not my process to control. You reach a certain point where you realize that any person to control a process as if they were separate from it, that's an illusion. There's no person to control anything. And so, when you operate from a high vibration, there's automatic protection in relation to a prior video, last video, and a couple videos back, where I say semen retention gives men divine protection and all the world around them, the women and children, everyone. However, you reach a certain point on your journey, your spiritual journey, where actually there's no one and nothing to protect. Because, in fact, defending or protecting anything or anyone has to do with the physical body. But in terms of absolute reality, the spiritual reality, you're already automatically, eternally protected. This is God's promise to you. This is why I make this. This is why you're watching this. It's not a coincidence. There are no coincidences. There's no chances. Everything has a purpose. And so, when you operate from a state of pure love, there's no judgments. You're impartial and neutral. You're unconditional. You don't gossip. You don't take sides. There's no record keeping. There's nothing to hide. you maintain this high frequency, and therefore you're automatically protected. Because imagine there's a light shield around your physical body. This is your energy body. This light shield, this aura of protection, this spiritual energy body. And nothing can pierce it. You can affirm it, program it. Say, I am automatically, eternally, divinely protected. Nothing in the world can enter my space unless I allow it. Unless I consent to it. And say it with conviction. This affirmation that I am protected. And I protect those around me as a result of my being and my high vibration. And when you maintain this high vibration, in relation to the last video, you purify demons. Because you exist upstream in the river of consciousness, in the river of light, life. And therefore, you can come down and smash them. Not that you as a person does it, but the light, the spirit within you, automatically purifies everything around you. As a result of your commitment to enlightenment and your wholehearted intent to uplift and purify and align with the heart. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. And so Proverbs 4:23. Keep your heart, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flow the issues of life. I don't like that word issues. For out of it flow the benefits, the protection, the devotion, the expression, the intention, the liberation, all the amazing shuns, all the amazing vibrations flow from your heart, which is the seat of the soul. Soul is the pineal, as said in the Bible, Jacob, in relation to a prior video, which says, I've seen God face to face, and I call that place pineal, the pineal gland, the third eye, the spiritual lens, the spiritual eye. It's called the third eye, but really I call it the first eye, the only eye, that which gives light and life to the physical eyes, to the 5-sensory 3D reality, to the temporary human experience, that which is eternal, which gives life to everything that is transitional and temporal. And when you identify with this, when you know yourself to be this, again, there's automatic protection. You're automatically divinely protected, because nothing in the world can shake up your vibration. You're unshakable, invincible, and it's not something to be arrogant about. It's something that you've been blessed with. So, and that comes with humility. When you humble yourself and surrender to the divine will, to the infinite intelligence, which is beyond all concepts and labels, and anything we can conjure and imagine up, through absolute surrender and absolute love, nothing can get in the way of your heartfelt intent. And since that's sown upstream in the river of light, be patient. For I guarantee you, it's God's promise to you that it will manifest in this 3-dimensional world to benefit all those who see it, and even those who don't see it, because all of humanity is energetically connected. So everything that you do, even if you're living in a cave in the Himalayas, nobody ever sees you. Your vibration, Your heartfelt emanation is uplifting everything in creation. Everything in the manifest world, which arises from the unmanifest, eternal witness that I am, that you are, that we all are. And so, the essence of this is to maintain a high frequency, a high vibration, through unconditional love, through neutrality. Because nothing in the world will be able to shake up your vibration. Yeah, you'll shake up the world. You'll purify demons. But again, you reach a certain point where there is nothing to purify. There is nothing to protect yourself from. Because all is a manifestation of the one. Because you know yourself to be this. You actually know and feel yourself to be not only one with everything, but everything. The light, which is in control of everything. And so there's no person to control the process, but simply surrender and trust it. Because whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And so silence. Surrender. Surrender doesn't mean give up. Surrender doesn't mean settle. Actually, surrender is very powerful. It's the most powerful act of the human will. To surrender itself to a higher will. To a will which knows no condition. Which is eternal bliss and liberation. Transcendence. And peace and abundance. And the source of all that is manifest in this physical existence. We all share this. I feel that this is the best spot to end this. God bless. See you in the next. God willing. Who knows? Next breath is not guaranteed. And when you're aware of your physical mortality, naturally, you make your spiritual journey the utmost, the first and foremost priority. (1833). 18 means eternity. 33. Vertebrae in the human spine. The light, the tree of life. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.